How's it going, Dexter High School? This is Jaden Boomhour and Finn Barnes here with the Dexter Squall, and today we have a very special guest.
I'm Owen Winder.
Owen Winder. He's a great football player, and today we're going to be kind of talking to him about navigating this world of collegiate football and how he's managing all his offers and everything. So the first question we have lined up for you today, Owen, is what do you value more when a football team's recruiting you, a good head coach or a good position coach?
For me, the biggest thing is definitely a position coach because that's where you're going to be most of the time. But definitely a head coach matters because obviously that's your head coach. You got to respect him. You got to be able to like him.
Yeah.
But for me, I think as position coach, they're going to develop you more. You're going to be spend more time with them in meetings. So I think position coach is more valuable for me.
Yeah, that's a great answer. You definitely see yourself being around a position coach, so you don't want to be stuck with someone you don't like. So.
Yep.
Obviously, we know you have a lot of interest from schools. I think it's 11 schools. And out of those 11 schools, do you have maybe like a top list of the ones that you're most interested in right now? Would you like to share with that?
So I'd say my top four right now are probably the University of Kentucky. I really like Lexington. It's a great college town. I'd say I was just in Ames last week, Ames, Iowa, for Iowa State, and I think that's an awesome town as well.
Awesome.
I was in West Virginia a little bit ago, and that's also a great town. Also great, just community in general. And then I'm going to Duke next week, and I think that's going to be one of my top ones as well.
Awesome. And obviously you're still just a junior, so you have more time to get more looks and all that. So do you know if there's some schools that you expect to get an offer for that are showing you some interest right now?
I think Michigan State's in the mix, definitely.
Nice.
I also hope that, like Indiana, hopefully Michigan, those schools that show constant interest.
Great.
I also hope Wisconsin, just like those Big Ten schools in the Midwest.
Big goals. And you got a whole lot of time. You got a whole off season, a whole nother season to keep working. So perfect. And you were talking about how you really valued a position coach. So what specific factors would make that type of coach appealing to you?
I just want them to be very technical. I want to go to a school that will develop me into the best player and person I am. So I think on and off the field, I want them to be the most challenging for me, but at the same time, the most teaching, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So just make me an overall better player.
Great mentor.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you'll be willing to share this with us because it's kind of a deep question, but do you have a favorite visit that you've been on so far? And if so, what aspects made it your favorite visit?
There's some tough ones. I have a few, but I definitely think that Indiana was definitely one on the top of my list.
Okay.
I really liked Bloomington. The community there was unreal. A great college town, a great area. I just loved it.
Nice, yeah. That seems like a great place to be. So I'm going to hand the mic off to Finn for a couple more questions for you here.
Yeah, so you're pretty deep into the recruiting process, but what would you say at the beginning is a good way to get your name out there for some college looks?
Definitely so first way I got out was I made a Twitter account, also known as X. So I made that, and then I just found all the coaches' Twitters, and I just sent my film out to them, and just kind of be annoying to them. Just keep sending your film week by week, and that's really how I got my first interest.
Yeah, for sure. So what would you say is a good way to balance the school work and the football work outside of school?
Well, you really got to be locked in school. I'd say I try not to have any homework after school because on the weekends I'm gone at pretty much every weekend. So I'd say the best way is just to do all your homework in school.
Yeah. So how many hours outside of school a week would you say you spend on football and maybe strength training and things like that?
Well, so I lift every day. But in season, I spend about 2 to 3 hours between lifting and practice. So like a 2-hour practice and an hour lift. That's in season. Out of season, I'll lift an hour in school if I have the class, and then I'll lift an hour outside of school, and then I'll do speed training at Legacy, and then I'll just sometimes go in the backyard, just do some footwork for 30 minutes. So I'd say about 3 hours.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Would you say the recruitment process is ever overwhelming, and does it affect your school life as a student?
Definitely overwhelming. I mean, you're making a decision for the next 4 years of your life. So I'd say I'm cramming in all my visits and schoolwork this year so I can just relax my senior year. So I haven't been home in a weekend since homecoming. So I've been going everywhere, traveling. So yeah, definitely it's really overwhelming.
Yeah. my final question is, what would be your dream school next year, or 2 years from now?
I don't know if I have like a specific school. I mean, there's definitely some schools that are out there, but I don't know if I have like a specific school that would be like my dream, because there's so many good colleges out there.
Lots to choose from. So, aside from all the technical things and all that stuff, we're going to kind of dive into you as a person, your mental state. So, I want to ask you, how did it feel like when you got your first interest or offer from the school?
It was unreal. I mean, like I went to Eastern Michigan. I went into Coach Creighton, the head coach's office, and he said he was going to offer me a scholarship. At the time, now that I look back at it, I was not a good football player. I was a big kid. I mean, I had a lot of potential, but I mean, it was amazing. Like it was unreal. I mean, the coaches were so welcoming. I mean, my mom, she was probably the biggest one of all. She was just very supportive, and it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling. And another question about your mental. So would you say it's a struggle to handle all the interest you're getting when you have a lot of things to worry about, such as relationships and school, and, you'd also just want to have some free time. So do you ever get too stressed out with all this stuff going on?
Yeah, I definitely get stressed out. I mean, like I can't hang out with my friends as much like during the recruiting season. I mean, I can't I don't have family dinner very much anymore, so like I can't really like sit down and like talk to my parents.
Right.
But I mean, it's a fun experience, but it has definitely pros and cons.
Yeah. Well, all right, Owen. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Great answers from you today.
Thank you, sir.
This was Jaden Boomhour Finn Barnes, Dexter Squall. Amazing guy right here. See you later.